Learning the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, section 303, halacha 22. True, all the prohibitions that our sages imposed on going out while wearing ornaments were imposed solely out of concern that the person might take them by hand and carry them 4 cubits in the public domain, or transfer them from the public domain to private domain. Either he will transfer it 4 cubits within public domain, or will take it from private to public, or vice versa. Nevertheless, whenever a license was granted to go out wearing an article, because it is not at all common to carry it by hand, a person is allowed to remove the article and take it in his hand in the public domain, and then again close or adorn himself with it before he proceeds 4 cubits. This leniency is granted both men and women. We are not concerned that when one takes the ornament in his hand, he may forget it is Shabbos and carry it 4 cubits. The rationale is that there is no way that such a concern can be mitigated, for if the person will forget that it is Shabbos, what good will it do to forbid him to remove the article in the public domain on Shabbos? After all, he will be operating under the assumption that it is weekday. And if he remembers that it is Shabbos, when he removes it, he will certainly not carry it 4 cubits in his hand. For surely there is no concern that he will forget that it is Shabbos and carry it 4 cubits during this brief moment. In contrast, when it is common that at times a person will take an article in his hand, whether because A, it may fall and he will pick it up, B, others may laugh at him and he will take it in his hand, C, a woman may remove the article to display it to her friends, or D, a woman may remove the article because of her immersion. Our sages initially forbade leaving one's home while wearing the article when one is aware that it's Shabbos, out of concern that he will forget that it is Shabbos at the time he takes the article in his hand, and then he will carry it 4 cubits in a state of forgetfulness, or transfer it from a public domain to private domain while carrying it in his hand. So if you look,
it sounds like it's contradicting the other halachas.
One second. You have, it's an interesting halacha because it gives you like the background to what you should take out, what you shouldn't take out, what you're allowed to take out from one rishus to another rishus. So if you see, he writes, everything that was forbidden for us to take out because of a concern, even if you're wearing it, because of concern, that 3 concerns, right? Either primarily 2 things, that you might carry it in rishus or abim, or you might carry it from public domain to private. Either you carry it 4 amos in public, or you will carry it 4 amos. But when you have, well, he says, when license was granted to go out wearing an article, like wearing your coat, because it's not at all common to carry it by hand, then a person is allowed to remove the article and take it in his hand in the public domain.
Let's say it's a rainy day, right? So I put on my, no arrow. I put on the raincoat. And let's say it's a shower. I'm coming here. I put on the raincoat to come. The shower stops. It gets hot. And now I'm taking off the raincoat and carrying it because I'm hot.
Right. We're talking about unusual case because in Florida it might happen because you're just wearing it for rain. You're not wearing, but most places people wear coats because it's
cold.
It's cold.
Right.
So then, what's the likelihood that they will take off the coat in the middle of the street and start walking around with it?
I guess not. But I'm just saying here.
But that's the second part of the halacha. It says, if there is no concern at all that you're going to carry it by hand, then it's not a problem. But if there is a chashash that you'll carry it by hand, that's why he gives us a broader rule that you can figure out yourself if you're allowed to take it out or not. He said, if the likelihood, that's the second part. He said, in contrast, when it is common that at times a person will take an article by hand, like the example that you brought, then it should be forbidden.
So then therefore you shouldn't.
Also, Chachamim, then the rabbis.
But meanwhile you're gonna if you have one of these showers and you wear it and then you're
either he'll forget that it's Shabbos and he will carry it by hand. Then he will transfer it for Amos, or he will take it from private to public.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you. I don't have to worry about that here.
I remember many years ago I was in a place called Migdal Emek in Israel, and Shabbos we went to make a minyan in one of the places next to it. I think it was called Na'alal. So we went there. So on the way, it says no Eruv. The way, I just went like this with my glasses.
Yeah.
My cousin told me, "What do you do?" It says no Eruv. But is it common that you're going to do this? It's like almost like a personal thing. I mean, you need it to see.
Right. So,
what's the common?
So what was halakha about doing this?
Obviously, not allowed to. If there's no eruv, you're not allowed to do that, because then your glasses are no longer being used for you to see.
Okay.